Truck fans! Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How you doing? What are you up to? Anyway, let me just get rid of that. That's a little bit distracting. We'll go for a little bit of that. That looks good to me. So, there we go. Get the microphone upright. There you go. You should be able to hear me now. Good morning. That's actually not working for me either. So, we'll take that out. There you go. So we're all up to good morning, morning. Slot car family, the community, one team, one dream. So I'm without my swingy boom mic today. There's no mic coming in. It's right here, doing something different. I want to see if this can handle the stick of the excitement of the slot car sessions with me, Pete Brown. I'm gonna relax. Sorry, I'm a bit flustered because the inner circle of trust, the members of the channel, thank you very much for being members. Well done. If you want to be a member, click join. Little video to take you through it and you can make your own mind up. But the basement where Track Fans TV HQ is, in my house, is the coolest place on the planet in a heat wave. So of course, Mrs. Brown has cottoned onto this and has swiftly moved in, let's say. So the last couple of nights, this place has been a bedroom. It's a remarkable that I've actually managed to get this place set up. Well, you can't see what's happening around here. And no, I'm not sat on the mattress. That's funny. Well, to me, that's funny anyway. Right. So, bit flustered, but that's good. It's good. Have you ever had a situation, right, where you've been meaning to do something for months and months and months and months, and then you never get round to it, but something happens, causes you to disrupt that area, and it's the perfect window to get something done, right? So I'm thinking that is it. Whilst I've still got the deconstruction equipment here, I had to take out this desk, get everything in here, mattress, toppers, whatever else, the lot. And so while the going is good, I might redevelop this whole area. But I've got like a day. This is called a 24-hour makeover. So that's what I'm going to try and do later. I've got some other things going on. I've got a wall there that I can utilize. I've got a wall behind the camera, which has got the decks and the records on it. But I think I can free up some space there. This is the problem, right? We keep freeing up space and consolidating. And in the end, we end up with this condensed, like Ramo Jammo hoarding area. Like, look, I tell you what, let you in. Look, watch this. This is what we're working with here. Look at the mess created. That's a terrible angle. The mess created because of an upheaval. There you go. Ah, good morning, Anders. Not Brothers, Anders. Yes, good morning. Anyway, so that's a little bit of an insight of what's been happening here in the last 48 hours. I did buy a car from Mac. Check that out. So I did an unboxing on, was it Monday night or Tuesday night? I can't remember now, but anyway. No. It was Thursday night, wasn't it? Yeah. Because I'd released the video and then that popped up. So I bought this car from Mac for 10 quid. Tenner from Boise's basement. Lovely. Scalextric Bugatti. High resistance. Perfect for me. No spoiler. No rear view wing mirrors to break off. Beautiful colour as well. Check that out. I'm feeling that has inspired me for another car. Very nice. So yeah, so I bought that. So he delivered it because, you know, with Mac, the price is normally delivered. which is fantastic because it means the price is the price, no stealth tax. And he rocks up with a gift from Andy and Ruben. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yes, 2 AMGs. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back and have a look at my last short video. They're vertical videos, short videos. I did it vertically because I know Ruben loves doing vertical videos. We got to break him into how landscape TV works. TV is not like this. It's like this, big picture. Right, so let's quick hello to some folk in the chat because you're all piling in, and we'll get on with the show because it's a good show today. Got a lot to talk about, got a few milestones as well to address and have a look at. So what I'll do is in a break from tradition, I won't start from the start because that's going to take us about 20 minutes. I'm trying to streamline that down a bit so we've got more content rather than fluff. Not that saying hello to everyone and good morning is fluff, but through the course of the show, I say good morning and hello to everyone. So why double up? Let's just go into it. So I'll go back 2 scrolls. That's a scroll. 1, 2. See, technique, scrolling technique there. All right, here we go. Oh, look, there you go. That's me. That's me. I'll start from there then. So anyone who was in earlier, well done. You were there. Take a gold star. Go on, off to the board, get a gold star, put it in the front of your book. Right, Brad's, there he is in Cali. That is late. That is late. And I'm not even going to try and work it out because what I've got here, yeah, there you go. It's 20 to midnight. See, look, I'm wise for you guys now. I've got everyone's clock in my phone, so I know exactly what time it is. It's 4:45 in Melbourne. It's 2:45 in Toronto. Oh my God, that's early. You'll probably see Rahul pop up in a bit. He's always awake, that guy, I tell you. We are just sort of missing each other at the moment. So good. Here we go. Right, let's go. Let's do it. Good morning, Bo. Good morning, Daz. There you go. Bloody late as normal. Yeah, well, you know, opinions vary, and there you go. So good morning, Rob. Robber. Good morning, Sue, as well. So Sue, I hope you're feeling better now. Speed of recovery. Glad that you're getting that sorted finally. So let's all wish Sue well wishes this morning to get good recovery. Old Florence Roberto has been doing a sterling job over there. I honestly, I tried to get the neighbours. I paid them good money to get a picture of him in his Florence Nightingale outfit, complete with bonnet. Could you imagine seeing Rob Sale with an Easter bonnet on, looking like the bunny? Oh, please. Please, it's only 6 months away. Can someone furnish Rob with a bonnet, preferably a GT40 written somewhere on it, so he actually is inclined to wear it? I think we should sign a government petition to have Rob wear an Easter bonnet. Oh my Lord, there's a sight that you can't unsee. Good morning, Fox and Walls. There he is. And she is. Good morning, Tara. So we're all piling in this morning. And Paul is here. Look at this. So good morning, Brad. Good morning, Steve. How you doing, Steve? Stay tuned. You might pop up a bit later. And Andy, good morning. No, I wasn't sleeping in the basement. Mrs. Brown was sleeping in the basement. I wasn't sleeping in the basement because it is a hard concrete floor, brother. And unless you're getting a mattress down here, I'm not interested. So, but you know, it's an experience, not for me. So fast Speedway. He is so fast. Ah, got it. That's actually pretty clever. Say good morning, Bo. And Ad, good morning, Ad. You're right there, fella. I love this. And Cribbit, good morning, Cribbit. Good morning, Rob and Alexis. Good morning. We are getting through it. This is good. And Gary's popped in. That is good. And Dick, good morning, my man, my guy. I think what we need to do is just like the Morgan here, just get a bit of music going. fucking music. Damn. I think just work away down. MT, good morning, MT. How you doing? Always throws me that because one of the members of staff in my old business, we nicknamed her MT. So Maria Tyler, it's short for. Well, we couldn't call her MB because we already had a Maria Brown in the business, my wife. So she was Maria Brown. So we couldn't call her MB. So we called her MT. She was a Tyler. Literally genius she was. Morning, Paul, Sharpie. Good morning, Staffs. Look at him. He's coming. He's popped in. Something must be going on if Steve's up at this time of the morning. Could be work, or it could be he secretly likes the show. Probably the earlier. In hindsight, I think whilst I gather my bearings, let's have a go on this one. Try and get that to work first time. My God. Nightmare situation. Right, cool. Ah. That is interesting. That's all right. The screen looked weird. It's because I turned the comments off. I'm like, God, I've got some space. I love it. Hang on, let me just pop this on here because screenshot, everyone, screenshot. We've got Steve displaying emotion. That's barred for people from Stoke. Good morning, Dave. Slotars here, everyone. Good morning. And the man, the myth, the legend, my guy, Albert, possibly Wilf, definitely not Vince, definitely not Ray, but it might be Albert, it might be Wilf. I don't know. Who is it? Speak now or forever hold your tongue. All right. Okay, so anyway, slot heads, let's see what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're going to have a little look. So I'll check that out. Look at the Dodge Charger there. That is a fine bit. I love the way that this image is an image from Ruben. The co-host has sent this in via his dad, Andy, because it's just too good to not be doing little scenic pictures with. It's awesome. Like he's got the cotton wool that is mimicking the burnout from behind. See how it's peeling out the back of the tire. Fantastic storytelling. This looks like Dom's just been tasked to save the day again. Awesome. I do love a bit of storytelling in your photos, in your videos. It makes the world go round. It's Albert. It's Albert, everyone. Albert is in the place. With a picture of Frankie in his avatar by the look of it. Is that Frankie, Albert? It's not Vince. No, it's not Vince. Definitely not Vince. Is it Mince? No, it's not Mince either. It must be Vince. Could be Albert. Definitely Albert. Okay, right, from the top of the tree then, everyone. Let's go for the young track fans. Right then, so in the chat right now, say hello to Big Toe, Albert and Wilf. Good morning. Good morning, Lewis and Eleanor and Liam. Good morning, Liam. Good morning, Ruben, supplier of this week's thumbnail. Perfect. If you've got thumbnail ideas, send them in. Love a bit of storytelling. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Rowan. Are you watching with your dad, Slotar, or are you asleep? let us know. Well, let your dad let us know. I know he's your people now. Get your people to write to my people, and then we'll find out. But good morning, Rowan. Good morning, Lewis. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Benji. Good morning, Elliot. Good morning, Mia, Jacob, Orson. Good morning, all you guys. Good morning, Cam. Good morning, Leo up in Nottingham. Good morning, Charlotte and Mason. Good morning, Owen. Good morning, Jack from Northeast Productions. That is a hell of a YouTube channel. If you don't know what that's about, go back to last Sunday, slide after Young Track Fans, and you'll see Jack's new railway and model railway channel being formed. Few videos there now. He's got some good momentum, lovely kid. So definitely do support Jack at Northeast Productions. 25, I think it is. Olivia, good morning. George over in Oxford, always a show favourite. Good morning, George. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, Sophia. Good morning, Logan, Bailey, and Georgie boy. Scores on the doors. Good morning, George. Right then, so that is cool. Another week in hospital for Rowan. Silly tonsils is asleep recovering at the moment. Good, the best place to be. Do all your best recovery and healing while you're asleep. Do you know, that's why they put you in a coma if you have a bad accident, so that your body just goes to work on itself. So like, you're like, technically, you're like Wolverine, recharging and healing. I mean, another person that would sort of, you know, exemplify that right now is Walls, because Walls has been laid up for a couple of weeks now. He's got the finest nurse. I tell you, we could have a nurse off here, couldn't we? We've got Fox, who's nursing Walls back to health, and we've got Easter bonnet hat wearing Rob Sale nursing Sue back to health. Like, there's a lot of love going around these parts at the moment. I tell you, I'm loving this, guys. So yeah, wow, we've got a whole lot of love going on. So there you go, Young Track fans, you are the life, blood, future of the hobby. Please, you know, keep with it. Some of you are going to fall away. Some of you are going to find other hobbies. You know, like Aid is popped off to RC trucks, and Harry is doing a lot of trains. They are popping in and out. I tell you what, right, Aid's RC shed, he went to some truck show this weekend. Man alive, I tell you why. I can see why he's into RC trucks. Yeah, I totally get it now. I see his trucks at his place, and I'm thinking, it's cool. Yeah, it looks all right. It's probably a mechanic thing. He likes to build engines, and these are big engines. But when you see the show, he went to a show, and you see like what he's been seeing. Now I get it. Now I get it. I follow this thing on short. There's this product. I'll write it in the chat. So there's this thing here, right, called Myoti or something like that. And what they do is they do these things. They put them in your front or back window screen. It's like a strip, and it has these eyes, like LED eyes. So they've pimped up some trucks. The Muti truck is like camouflage, and it rocks up, and it's all dark, and then you see the eyes come on, and then like looking like this, and it's like starts to pump out some house music. It's like doosh doosh, like some build-up music, and then all the lights go on, and then it starts to pump in the bass. So have a look for that. That is awesome. But you could do that anyway. I can't remember what I'm waffling on about now, so it's all gone to the dogs. It's gone to the dogs already. We're not even half an hour deep, and I was 5 minutes late. Oh, this is going to be one of them shows, everyone. Tonsils and lymph node infection. Ugh, mate. I hope those, you've got to sort those lymph nodes out, right? Because those lymph nodes are problematic for cancer, man. So those lymph nodes are the things that circulate everything around your body, normally up here and down somewhere down there, let's say. And they sort of regulate how much of what goes to different places. So got to sort out those lymph nodes, mate, because that in later life might Might cause some challenges. Well, it's causing challenges now. Well, we wish him all the best, Dave. You know that. We're all there. So anyway, let me take that down. So yeah, coolest gift ever. I did sort of cover it a moment ago, but these are the two cars that I got, and I'd showed them to you. But to be honest with you, they're still down on the track because I've been loving them. They are like so cool. The AMG, if you're not familiar with Scalextric AMG cars, we're on the screen here, or I've got all of them at the track. I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 now. I've got 5 AMGs. 2 of them definitely don't work anymore. They have been hammered and broken and destroyed. One of them is on the bench for repair. It's the pink one, the same one that I gifted to Ruben ages ago. I got the same one. Just need to sort that out. I might send it to Mac's repair shop. Mac loves tinkering and getting things come back to life. So that could actually be a beautiful partnership. Mac's workshop and my destructive track. It's genius. Actually, I noted that Max will catch up with the show later. He's got some commitments this morning. But he often on a Sunday afternoon has the track out. He's doing his work on his slot cars. He's testing them on the track. I think we need to collaborate. So maybe do a once a month, Mac. Once a month, me old mate. I think what we should do is we should do a joint venture. So you come here or I'll come to you because we live in the same town. And you fix the cars and I'll drive them, which is codename break them. And then I'll put them straight back into the repair shop. We can do that and then we can swap around. Not that you would have much joy off of my repaired cars. But I'm up for that, mate. Does anyone else do that? Does anyone else in the chat here live remotely close to each other? I know the Aussies are, they do this every sort of few months. They'll do some hell-bending driving, like Hughesy will drive for like 14 hours straight, which reminds me of Cedric over in San Francisco. He does that. He gets in the car from San Francisco, 12-hour mission down to LA, and then races. He does the races. It's like drives from midnight to midday, has one practice, then qualifies, gets right up there, like in like the above 10th position after like a mega drive and no sleep. And like I said, what's your secret? He goes, I'm an old man, I don't sleep. Why did I think of Yanto? Brilliant. So there you go. So does anyone else there get together in the chat? I think so. Need to get those tonsils right. The surgeon wants to, but some reason we have to wait for... Oh my God. I've got to tell you about this, right? Because this is going to make you laugh. I know it's not slot car related, but it does relate to this. And I did tell this to... No, it was you. It was Dave. I told it to Slot R on yesterday. That's right. Long story short, if you've been waiting for a long time for an operation, sorry about this for you guys who aren't in the UK, but this is really prevalent to anyone going through this at the moment. If you've got, I've got a hernia, so I'm being referred to specialists so I can get an operation, get sorted, right? So what they do is because they're so swamped, because there's not enough services, not to turn this into politics, they referred me, they said, would you like to go to Kettering Hospital instead of Northampton Hospital? I was like, you know what, speed up the thing. It's only 12 miles away, I'll go to it. Yeah, do that. So they said, yeah, sound, it's all by text message, of course. Sent me a text message saying your appointment is in Corby, which is another 10 miles past Kettering, so 25 miles now. On this date, accept it or cancel with no ability to reschedule. So take the appointment or lump it after 6 months of waiting. So I was like, all right, yeah. I'll have to take it, won't I? So I took it. Anyway, I went to the appointment, long story short. He goes, what are you here for? And I went, hernia, mate. He goes, oh, right, okay. I haven't received, he said, your referral papers from Northampton. So it goes from the doctor to the hospital, from that hospital to that hospital to that doctor. It hasn't caught up with the referral. So my point is that if you get offered a referral, think very carefully before you accept it, because when they send the appointment, you won't be able to ask for a new one. And that means waiting again for another 6 months to a year. Utter disgrace. So yeah, so we've already covered this, Dave and I, but just for the benefit of anyone else here in the UK, if they try and shoehorn you off to another hospital, it sounds good, just qualify what part of that hospital group they're going to refer you to, because it might not actually be as easy to get to as the place you think it is. All right. So that's my advice to you. Don't get caught short. Yeah, AMGs are sick, Steve. Absolutely spot on. Carl, it's okay. You've just missed the NHS referral lesson. What's this here? Over here, if you had the tonsils, the doctors recommend ice cream after they took them off. Make sure you get them a big box of ice cream. Yeah, can you get me one as well, please, D? That's my life weakness, ice cream. I can eat my body weight and yours in ice cream in one sitting, no brain freeze, no headache, no sugar rush. It's the best, isn't it? Like, love it. When I go to ice cream, when I go to holiday, you've got to get your ice creams in. Too old for epic drives. Drive an hour to race at highway slot cars last night. Home after midnight. Great night of racing with slot car hub and a bunch of other blokes. But that is it. To be honest with you, right, Dick, Corby, where I go racing at Rockingham, I haven't been in a few weeks for a combination of reasons. I had a couple of things back in the earliest part of that, a couple of deadlines to hit in the last couple of weeks. I've been late getting back from London. Like I've been in London the last 2 weekends, 2 Fridays, and getting back. Yes, oh my God, it was so hot on that train. But yeah, so that's an hour. You get in after midnight. I go to Rockingham in Corby, which is 25 miles away, as we just established, and I ain't getting till after midnight. So what we do is we get there about 7:30ish, 7:45. Is always a practice or warm up, a tweak session until about 8:30. Then we do the heats. So we race the heats. That goes up till about maybe 9:30 perhaps. Then we have a break. You know, it depends who's in. Sometimes we'll have a break for 10 minutes. If other people are in, we might have a break for 20 minutes for various reasons. And then we do the racing. Depends on how many people go. We'll have 2 or 3 finals. And then we're finished by about anywhere between 11 and 11:30. And then we do a bit more tweaking and open track racing and just playing with what you want, getting cars ready for future classes or competitions. And then by the time we roll out of there, it's about 11:45, midnight, 10 to 12. So by the time I'm driven home, it's about 12, half 12. Yeah, and it happens. It's not a distance thing. It's just what happens thing. And of course, when you're knocking on and you're as old as Dick, well, that starts to take a toll on your weekend, right? We need an ice cream. Yes, right. Okay, let's start working up the hype. Next year's Slot Car Festival. Car park, extra activity going on. I'll see if I can get it put on the flyer of activities for the next show. Dave, Slot R and Pete, Track Fans TV, we're going at it with ice cream. What we'll do is, just to make it a little bit more spicy, is we'll let the viewers choose the flavours. We'll obviously furnish them with the flavours they can choose from, Dave, because the last thing we want is someone turning up with pistachio or something. I mean, to be fair, or what's the one that I'm least favourite on? I mean, I'll eat it if there's nothing else there, because I'm an absolute ice cream addict. Rum raisin or raisin rum or rum raisin, whatever that nasty stuff is called. Nearly cost myself £1 then. Whatever that nasty stuff is called, don't like that. Rum raisin, that's not the... Yeah, mate, yeah. You just missed the opening gambit where I said I was late. I was late because I was having to deconstruct the basement from being a makeshift bedroom. I literally had mattresses down here, pillars, the lot. So that happened to a friend. Oh, going back to the NHS referral disaster. Who had 2 hernias. That's being selfish. Went there and they would only do 1 due to recovery time. I had to go back on the waiting list at the original hospital. Oh, wow, that is just crazy. That is. I tell you what I noticed this morning though, is that I got a hiatus hernia and the other one done all in one. Is that what you had done, a hernia? Yeah, I had one done 20 years ago on the right hand side, let's say. Now I've got one on the left hand side. So I'll get that one done and that should hopefully carry one more now, 48. So 68, I'll be dead by then. I'll be dead by the time I need another one. So that's fine. Magnum in a tub. Oh, man. Magnum. I eat it all. Honestly, I can eat it all. I tell you, I've got a thing at the moment for Aldi cones. They do strawberry flavour, a mint flavour, a caramel and toffee flavour, and a chocolate flavour. I told you, it's my thing. And I have to eat them quick because it turns out it's hereditary. And my boys also like ice cream. So anyway, we digressed off the beaten track a little bit. We started talking about Mercedes AMG slot cars by Scalextric, and it's gone round hernias, round ice cream. But hey, isn't that what the community is about? Addressing things that matter to all of us. I think so. And okay, let's see. What's the next slide? I can have a little sneak preview on this now, which is good. Oh yeah. Right, a couple of channels now, a couple of YouTube channels I want to just bring attention to for various reasons. So there's 3 to look at. So first one being Andy and Ruben Racers. I didn't realise, but can we have a round of applause, please, at the back? Because Ruben has broke 100 subscribers, everyone. Woo! Yes, mate. He has done it. He's nailed it. 102 subscribers. Look at that. That's a benchmark right there. 100 subscribers. Ruben's killing it. He's killing it. My co-host, I never doubted him for a second, I must admit. But check it out. Right. So if you're one of the silent viewers that watch and, take in all this stuff, but don't subscribe, definitely pop over there. Give him a subscription. Let's see if we can get him to 200 by the end of the school holidays, which for us old fogies who haven't been to school in about 10 light years is around about the 1st or 2nd-ish week of September. Depends on how many days the teachers are going to decide to give themselves extra holiday camouflaged up as teacher training days. Don't think we're not wise to this, teachers. You got 6 weeks and you can't fit in your training in 6 weeks. I swear to God, that's why people say you get more holidays than a teacher as a sort of bantery, tongue-in-cheek kind of bantery. It's not an insult, it's a fact. But there you go. Anyway, congratulations, Ruben. Well done, Andy. You smashed it. 100. That's a big number when you're starting a channel. 100 people are digging your content. So let's see if we can work the magic for Steve in the chat right now. A big contributor to the hobby and the channel and everyone else's channel. He is coming. He is immersed. He is absolutely loving the hobby, and we love you being around, Steve. So awesome. So it's 5 to get him up to that 100, the centenary milestone. Can we do it, track fans? We all sort of look for more content. We crave things coming out on a regular basis. Some channels you can set your watch by, which is great. So let me give you a couple of examples. Marty, 2 lines, every Tuesday, midnight UK time. He's doing a live stream. Every other week, you've got the Aussie show, as Aussie live show. You've got the Show Me Slot Cars Saturday morning tunes. Every Wednesday and Saturday, you've got a video popping out from Slot R. Every Sunday morning, you've got me, Pete Brown, here, Sunday Slot Car Sessions. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, please smash the like button for me and give me a subscription if you've not took the plunge yet. But what it does is it helps get more new people who might have got slot cars into their psyche to start watching stuff, seeing stuff, realizing there's people out there who are as nerdy as they are, and gives us a safe space, a space where we can talk nerd, and no one's glazing over, are they really? Happy days. So that is Steve, SPB Slots, fine guy, loves the escort. He's got a few escorts now. So do give him a subscription. He's trialing new things. He's what I call an experimenter. So he's experimenting with different techniques, different light levels. He's got ghost cars on the go. He's having a great time, and I'm enjoying having a great time, watching him having a great time. So do give him a subscription. And then also we've got another, this is the last one. This is the last channel to have a think about. We've got a guy here putting it in week in, week out. Look at this. 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 9 days ago, 9 days ago. You know, this is within 2 weeks, 4 videos, you know, and look at the gold car, the Revel BMW 320. Look at that. I think it was seen somewhere else recently as well. I think he mentioned he saw it on another channel. I love it. To be 103. ED days. Love it. So yeah, if we can get Roberto up to a magic 1,000, that would be exceptional behavior. So if you're not tuned in to Rob Sale, you know, he is salt of the earth. He would do anything for you. I mean, literally give you the shirt off his back. I think recently someone said, can I have the hair off your head? And he just give it to them. So, you know, he would do that for you. So definitely have a look at this. This is the channel to get up to 1,000 subscribers. He doesn't ask for it. He doesn't expect it. He wasn't expecting his channel to have 896 subscribers. But I'm telling you now, he thoroughly deserves 1,000. You know, I'm not asking for subscriptions. What I'm doing is I'm saying that if you enjoy slot car content, it's well worth a subscription. That's different. Only subscribe if you get value from the channel that you watch, because you'll get notified all the time about it. And if it's something you don't want to watch, you don't want the notifications. So, but this is well worth a watch, in my humble opinion, I might add. All right, let's have a look. So Steve and Andy are 2 of my best followers and always comment on my videos, guys. See, not only is he doing well, he's humbled by, you know, supporting other channels as well. That's what I love about this this place. Your channel is still cold. Put your channel link in the chat. Let's have a look at it. Walls is on the 25th. Oh, I see. Subscribe to both. Well done. No worries, Steve. You are more than welcome. Hey. Here's Jamal. Good morning, Jamal. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah, if you like what you see. You can't unthumb it at the end. You like smash the like button now, and like about an hour's time, you're like, hey, how do I undo that? That's just been a whole lot of waffle. It's got Warsteiner written on it. What channel do you reckon it was on? Exactly. It was on Dave Slottar's channel. I thought it was, but you know when you have a niggle where you might have been wrong. Oh no, Dave, catch you later, mate. I'll see you soon. Will do, mate. Guten Tag. I knew he'd be in. I knew he would turn up. Good morning, Rahul. How you doing, brother? I tell you what, right, in Toronto right now, it is 3:15 in the morning. Wow. How'd you do this? How do you do this, Rahul? Fair play to you, man. My guy. And we will chat later when you surface. I could do with a chat later. Why not? Let's do it. Big things happen in this end. I cannot write a story on what's happening this end right now. So, okay, right. That'd be that. let's quick question then, right? So, oh shoot, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right, after a fantastic live stream from Ian yesterday morning, if you didn't see that yesterday morning, Ian was live. He was on around this sort of time in the morning perfectly, and he built one of his buildings, and I'm definitely not going to spoil it for you. So if you've got intrigue, if you've got curiosity, Magnetic Racing on YouTube is your place. Ian did a live build from scratch, from scratch. That is getting it out of the packaging, priming it, spraying it the colors, building it, scenicing it, and then presenting it. Amazing. To that end, quick question for you while we're rattling through different bits and bobs, and I'll come back and we'll discuss it like as we do rolling over itself. What would be your next scenic item to do? Now, look, I want to open it up. Mag Racing are totally cool. They're okay with this sort of conversation. If it isn't a Mag Racing building, what would it be? Would you be getting a Scalextric building, doing it up? Would it have been another manufacturer's building, or would you do something like Slot R or Lee Slot Cars, which is another mega channel, by the way, Lee Slot Cars? Would you build your own? Lee's big on this white styrofoam, polystyrene stuff, sheets, and he literally is cottoned on. He can make whatever he wants with it. So he combines that with Mag Racing stuff, his own stuff, and whatever else. Really fascinating. The guy's got an eye for it. It's a bit like Slot R, and a bit like, these people can just look at something and then all of a sudden there's a masterpiece. Me, I do that and I end up with a lollipop stick. So it don't work for me. So I need instructions, which I still end up getting wrong. What's your next building or build to build? So I've established, just finishing the light tower myself here, but that's being done on the members Wide on Wednesday stream in conjunction with a car. So we've got a couple of projects going on all the time now. I think that's the best way to do it, because then it's not, I'm not really into buildings, and now I've got a whole show about a building, or vice versa. I'm not into tuning cars. I just want to get a scaly car and drive it. It gives the members a little bit of variety on each week's show, which then I think offers a bit more value to the membership. So yeah, what is your next structure or your next project or your next build, something scenery building wise? So I've got that on the go. The light tower is going to be built, but the other thing I was going to build is this little puppy. And obviously I've crossed the password out because I show these things off now and again. So I'll have to, I do normally do is panic 2 seconds before I'm about to build it live and go, Ian, Doug, Ian, Tommy, what is the password? But this is what I'm going to be building next on the members stream. I'm going to be building it in tandem out of the member stream and on the member stream, because it is a big build. It is a big bridge to build. So if that sort of thing is of interest to you, hit the join button and let us know what you think over time. We're not going to get to that for probably a couple of 3 weeks. So you're going up maybe 2 weeks. Finish the polycarp, then we're going to get on to another project which we've established. So I'll get that on order nearer the time, and it's going to be fab. Boom. So what we got here, so Rahul has finished building and he's painting a Lord of Skulls and some Forge Fiends. Ooh, Forge Fiends. That was me, the weekend. Prefab for me, well done. And I can't look in a straight line and cut one. Yeah, I know the feeling on that one, man. That is why, my friends, you need one of these. A metal ruler, because then you don't cut the plastic on the ruler. What's it for, Harry? It's for spanking Harry. And if anyone watches gangster films, you'll recognise that quote. If anyone's really good, tell me what film that quote's from. Finishing, oh, here we go. Right, all coming in. Mobile phone holder, I love it. Chat is moving too fast for my sleepy eyes, says Rahul. Oh yeah, don't try and keep up with the old chat. That is crazy, because you guys in the chat getting the answers to the problems, getting the solutions to the problems you need and stuff. So Fox and Fox, I don't know, are creating a mobile phone holder. Brilliant. Yes, the new Carrera CU gantry was ordered yesterday by Anders. Well done. Working on a rally track scenery, giving the Targa Florio buildings, the Targa Florio buildings. I have to do it in Italiano. Oh, okay, right. So we've got the track scenery Targa. I'm just going to call it Targa, yeah? That's it, Targa. And Andy has done the Targa Bridge and then might get some light towers. Okay. Interesting. I've made a low relief pub shop, fan zone container, turnstile ticket office, a new design double refreshment stand. It's been a fun week. All right. Right. Let's all go home then. Okay. That's the end of that question. So we'll all just go home now. Tara has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages. 5 buildings in a week. 5 buildings in a week. I think it takes me about 6 weeks to do something small. That's incredible. And your standard as well, that is incredible. You know, we've just about wiped the glue off the base plate on ours. Loads of magnetic racing content coming up on the channel soon. Kit bash the Red Bull totem. Yeah, I've got that behind me to do. I was thinking of sending it to someone to build as a project. Maybe to keep them busy while there's not much happening for the next 6 weeks. Don't know. I'll think about that. Oh, hang on. Totem, yeah. Got 3 lit garages to make into a pit lane. And one of Hughes's new start line kits on its way too. Start line. Okay, cool. Someone can let me know what that's like. Until something's released, I try to stay out of it. Password is always on the MDF too, Pete. Oh, it is as well. Ah, oh, that is genius. Someone in there who had that bright idea, because I definitely know it weren't Ian or Doug. Definitely weren't Timmy. I know. It was ChatGPT. All right, so Dick is slowly building the classic Bathurst timekeepers building in a standalone diorama Well, then Dick does buildings. They are awesome. As exemplified in their slot car awards for 2024, Dick's Fox Sports building was one of the finalists in that. That was an amazing building, brilliant foresight. It was a custom, brilliant spray job, really out of the box thinking on mag racing kits to create something they hadn't thought of. And now they've got to pay him for the IP if they want to roll it out in their portfolio. Well done, Dick. Well done. He's got the patent. I can't wait to see that unfold. I know that Dick here on the channel, DG Raceway, driving fun. He's been doing a lot of sort of live stream scenery, one-on-one chatting. It's been really engrossing in the last few weeks, these impromptu lives where you're doing something. Been really enjoying those, Dick. So that's a great thing for your channel, mate. Love building mag boys stuff halfway through pit podium, and he loves it. Mark's finishing off his track. We got the nod from yesterday in the Inner Circle of Trust members WhatsApp group that he's doubled the length of his track. Wow, because his track was big anyway, so I have no idea where he's put the track now. I'm just thinking maybe, just maybe, he's smashed through a wall and put the track through into the next room, round that room, and then back in. So what he's going to have to do is have the driver podium either side of the door threshold, so he can marshal in there or marshal in that room. Snack bar and viewing stand waiting. A lot of building going on here. This is cool. Yep, loving the lives. We're loving the lives. Morning, Keith. How you doing? Sneaks in, slopes in, I should say. Snack bar viewing stats. Let me read this from Brad's. Mag racing items will be ordered when they get sorter finished. Several mag racing. Wow. Go on, mate. That is the stuff dreams are made of. So really, there's a lot of stuff happening here. A lot of mag racing buildings, which is complimentary because the boys are good. A lot of innovative ideas around that as well. So, impossible. The stars are through that wall. That's okay. Can have an outdoor track. Right then. So, a couple of events happening. So, I've had my on-site correspondent has given me a update at 6:20 this morning. Janu has left the building. He's on his way up to round 4 at Pontefract, which is just outside Pontefract and sort of South Yorkshire area, I'd go with. They are doing some racing now. It's been said that it is a busy day, so you'll probably do well to get there pretty quickly, or let them know you want to go so they can get you in on the race roster. It is touch and go, which is why I try and bring these things a week or two before the race, so that if you want to do race, you can go down there, you can get booked and checked in on the grid, line up, and go down there for practice and qualifying. So it would have been practice yesterday. They'll be doing qualifying probably from about 10 o'clock this morning, 10:30 maybe, depends on numbers. So that'll go on for a couple of hours, couple of 3 hours. Then they'll have a bit of lunch and then they'll go into the racing towards the end of it. So that is going to be mental. GT3 National Championship, about halfway through the championship now as we look at it through the year. And across the year, we've got 2 more events after this. We've got Whitchurch and North Staffs, finishing up at North Staffs on the 19th of October, which, as we know, is Janu's home turf. Ponty Slot, that is interesting. I've not been to that slot car club. Very intrigued to find out what that's like. Looking at pictures, so if anyone's there, anyone's dialed in, good morning to you all up there. How you doing? It's South Yorkshire, so it's probably absolutely lashing it down with rain right now, and minus 16. But if the camera's working through the rain and the cold, do get us a little video clips or some photos. Landscape view, please. Landscape view. I know it's a bit of effort having to turn your phone on the side nowadays, but if you can send us some VT or some images so that I can share it on the show and show other people around the country and the world what happens at the slot car race, what happens at the National GT3 Championship, the different sorts of cars that are being raced. So someone nip down the pit lane for us and take some sneaky pictures of other people's GT3 cars. Definitely turn them over. Let's see the chassis. Let's have a look at the tyres, the gear mesh. Let's get involved. For all the race heads out there, they're desperate to see what is going on at these race events, because some people around the chat right now or who are watching at the back, Road Tramp Stu, good morning, or Roger over in Germany, good morning Roger, how you doing, my man? You know, they are intrigued. So they might be sitting there thinking, oh, I'm up for it. I'm quite interested in racing. Well, I want to sort of see what happens before I go. You know, there are videos on our channels and other channels that do sort of go through this and show you what happens on race days, like GT3s or vintage or muscle cars or polycar F1s. But obviously they're from the old days, you know, year, 2 years, 3 years. They're old. They're old. What's new? So if you've got any footage from the event, share. Don't be selfish. You know, you wasn't brought up to be selfish, so don't be it. Your people, your team need you. I think it's about high time for all this excitement. So yeah, big shout out, thumbs up. Good luck, Janu, and good luck everyone racing him. You are in for a treat. Definitely be on your game marshalling. So that's one thing as well. Driving is one thing. You know, effective racing, line, precision, tuning is one thing. But I tell you what, turn up and be there when you're marshalling. There's nothing worse, right? I tell you what, right? This is a bugbear of mine. Now, I really appreciate this saying, you shouldn't have come out of the slot. I get it, right? But I've seen Ian Douglas, Michael Nemus and Matt Tucker come out, and Lewis Goff all come out of the slot. Not often, but they come out of the slot. And you know what doesn't help when you're being marshalled? What doesn't help, and not that I'm a bitter loser, is this is what happens. So out of the slot, then you know you want someone to go like this. Oh no, what's happened? Oh, okay. I nearly killed the stream. So yeah, you want someone to literally go, that's it, back in the slot. What we don't want to see is people get in your car, having a look at your braids, giving them a little fluff up, going like this, and then putting it on the slot, and then going, oh yeah, it wasn't quite line. Yeah, I'll have a tea. There you go. A minute. It really drives you nuts. If you're marshalling, stand there and look at the track. That's your one job. A bit like being on mute on Zoom or Teams in the pandemic. You got one job, one mute button, says the man who keeps muting himself. One job, put it in the slot. That's it. Stop chatting. I'm the worst for that, by the way. Stop looking over there, focus, and do whoever's racing the same courtesy that you expect in return. Right, that's my rant on marshalling gone. So if you want to keep Janu as a happy bunny today, focus on your marshalling, all right? So then there is another event coming up a bit later in the year. I did see this on Slot Forum. So Slot Forum events, then you'll find this. It's the Great North Slot Race. I love it because it's taken off the Great Northern Run, which is a half marathon done up in up north in Newcastle, I think. Newcastle on Tyne. Newcastle, to those who would read it on paper. Newty. They all drink Newty brown ale up there. Right, so in Burtley on Sunday, Raceway 81. From 8:30 in the morning, he'd said loosely racing will start from 10:30, 11. So similar format as the National GT3 Championship. And they are doing the final race of the year. It's Formula One. So if you're into F1 racing, these are your guys at the end of towards the end of October. Save the date. So if you're up north, I know a lot of the races happen down in the Midlands or down south or just sort of, you know, Preston and Leeds and Manchester north, but Newcastle is north and east. So a lot of people say to me over WhatsApp or wherever, yeah, there's stuff happening, but there's not really much in the way of 1 in 32 scale. It's a lot of brisker, you know, a lot of or wing car racing as they sometimes are referred to. Hang on, let me let the dog out of here. I'm trying to do a show here, dog. Come here. Go on. Right. I should have put an advert on, really, shouldn't I? I missed my window there. Okay, now I've got the dog off our back. We can get back to having a slot car show. Good morning, Hub. Hub is here. Talking about someone who does like a cheeky Formula One. And he's right here. Oh, I'll tell you what I can do. Oh, I think I've sussed it. No expense spared mic stand. Right. God. Tell you what. Look. Oh, there you go. Genius. You can still hear me okay. Perfect. Got a note. You're going to love this. Absolutely love this. I've got to show you this. So this is my non-expense spared temporary mic stand in a top cup that Daz Hall got me back when this was the main logo. So I'm just going to set them up. Oh, I actually like it. It's got the branding on it as well. We can have that. So good. Mic checked out. Right. Back to it. So yeah, there's one for the real Northerners, proper Northerners. Now, Pendle thought they were North. These guys are Northern. All right. Pendle, you're in the Mediterranean compared to these guys. It's a bit like I was talking to someone the other day and they went, oh, yeah, you should go up north, Pete. Like, and I said, when you say north, because he's a Londoner, I said, is that north, like what I class as north, or is that what you class as north? Anything being above the Tottenham Court Road in central London is north to them, like Camden is like the northwest. Whereas to us up here in the rest of the country, Pendle is the northwest, up in Lancashire and Preston. Excuse me. So yeah, so if you want a northern race, that is your northern race right there. So Great North Slot Race. What? You had to break off for a sneaky bacon and egg roll. What, does your phone stop working or something? Draw a line from the Wash to Bristol. Draw a line from the Wash to the Bristol channel. Above that, north. Ah, brilliant. Oh, Ron's out of here. Mate, good night. Good night. If you've missed you, fair play to you, mate. Sweet dreams, brother. And that is it. His eyes keep slamming shut. Right. Wake up! We should give him the Eric treatment from last year. Eric! Hilarious. Okay, so hot pick of the week is the BMW 320i. You saw this last week on my 6-car mega review. I swear to God, there's some nice cars coming out from Scalextric this year. Seriously nice cars. As some of the members of the Track Fans TV are establishing. Because, you know, I share the cars out, you know. It's not that I don't want them, it's that I like them. I just think that, you know, I got them for free and I've done the review in line with what, you know, the arrangement I have with Scalextric about with reviewing and promoting. And which is an open book, by the way. They are, the term is creative freedom. So we say in marketing or PR, you have creative freedom. Obviously within reason, you know, I can't do certain things that are derogatory. But you have creative freedom, which means they trust me to promote their stuff in a good light. And that's what I do because it's really easy. It is good stuff. Where's my cursor gone? There it is. It's not a Nissan Primera. Wow, you see, and it's getting some agreement by Andy. You can tell. Look at the Essex Boy petrol LEDs coming out. Right, so this was it. Dave Brabham. I can never pronounce that. BTCC 1995. I love it. So at the time this was out, is in the one-to-one race car. Was the time I was deploying to Belfast in Northern Ireland. Love it. And let's have a look at it. Look at this puppy. So that's a focusing technique. If this thing picks up my eyes, the focus has gone from the car. We used to have this all the time on Shenanigans. It's focusing on my fingertip, not the car. It is a stunning car. Really nice car. And if you want to see how this car drives, go and check out my video from Thursday last week. That's why this is on the shelf here, because it is a good car and I like it. And it reminds me to drive. It reminds me of this BMW here, the Scalextric. I think this is the M30. E30, sorry, I beg your pardon. So 320. Just checking against the old cop car. I'm just gonna put it back in pride of place. Yeah, I like it. It works there. Couldn't find where the other one went then. They run that as a Westminster rather than Warsteiner. What is that about? Hey, good morning, Rog. I was talking about you earlier. All good though. It was all good. And there's no lateness on here. You rock up when you want, mate. There is no lateness on here. Everything is in order. And I just need to check. I just had a horrible thought. You're going to check this in the back of house. Ah, that's all right. For some reason, I thought that I had the adverts turned on. If I ever... I forgot to put the microphone here. If I ever turn up and the adverts are on, just let me know in the chat and I'll turn them off. Oh, mate. That is very kind. That is very kind indeed. Thank you, Roger. So I think from memory, to someone can explain how to get these. I think there's some buttons above the chat that says allow yourself to be gifted something. And then if you've got that selected, then some of these memberships can be allocated to you and you get a month for free. Get a month's membership from Roger. Thank you very much, Roger. Really appreciate it. Gonna make some guys in here look twice, I think. But that is very kind. You're the man. Wow. So let me remember how to do this, man. All right, talk amongst yourselves. So just figure this out a sec. I don't know. Okay, cool. Well, we'll figure that out. You made an animation for the show. What animation is that, Albert? Okay, there you go. Right, that is the smoking hot pick of the week. It drives really well. Drives really nicely, this. Interestingly, though, I don't know if you watched the video on Thursday, but that Land Rover was really good. I was so surprised. Okay, let's go. So, all right. So, we'll roll this question on as we're going through because I'm conscious I want to get to track focus. There's a great track focus today. So, thoughts on prototypes. What is it me? Right, have these things been out for a while, or is it me? Am I noticing there's more prototypes being released at the moment than there have been in previous years? In previous years, what you have. was you had like Scalextric doing the Janetta, I think it's a G60. Oh, Janetta, yeah, LMP1 G6. I'm going to go with G60. You got that doing. But then since this one, about 4 years ago, I've noticed there being more and more of them being released. And then I noticed that this year in particular, everyone's releasing them. Scale Auto, Slot It, Scalextric, NSR. Has NSR done one? I'll refrain that one. But a lot more people are doing these prototype LMP, LMP1, LMP2 cars. Is it me, or is there more of them going about now? And what are your thoughts on prototypes as cars? Are they too fast for you, or are they not fast enough for you? I think they are incredible pieces of engineering. Have you seen them going down the Mulsanne Straight at Le Mans, straight into the kink at the bottom? Unbelievable. They're going down there like hundreds of miles an hour. And all it takes is one little chip and that window screen is gone. This is incredible. Not Andy's thing. I didn't know. Of course, it's not your thing. So you're a muscle car thing. But yeah, we'll talk about it as we're going on. But prototypes, incredible. Oh, look, it's a Mercedes AMG, everybody. And why is that important? I hear you say. Why? Because I got two of them this week. Look, there you go. They're my two from Andy and Ruben Racing. You can't say better than that, really, can you? Right, we'll get on to it. Here we go. Daz Hall, track focus. This is for you, my fan. Slot R doesn't get the hypercar thing. They don't look like cars and they all look the same. I think it's based on aerodynamics, you know. I think it's because they're going at like literally 10 million miles an hour. They need to get streamlined. And because of that, they start to look like spaceships. Which is good if you're in space. All right, so he loves them. They're awesome, and they have really picked up in popularity in the GT racing world, especially the hypercar class. That's what I'm talking about, the hypercar class. Yeah, nice. I was just looking at the golf-colored car in your livery. That is in your avatar there. That is pretty smoking hot. Yeah, I think it's very hit and miss. It's very, very hit and miss. Don't know, mate. What? Everyone guess what Mal come across in the middle of the road between Eltham and Warrandyte. Hopefully, I've pronounced that right. Last night. What did this? Sounds like a bad joke coming up. Yeah. What did I come across in the middle of the road between Eltham and Warrandyte last night? Everyone answers on a deity. I'm going to go Warrandyte because I'm thinking Aphrodite, the old drum and bass DJ. What definitely didn't come across him in the middle of the road. What did you come across in the middle of the road, Mal? We all need to know. We're desperate to know. The show is on pause until you let us know. Of course I can show it on the show. If it's send it over, mate. Send it over, buddy. Are you going to send it in WhatsApp? Ah. Okay. We'll get track focus out of the way. Then we'll have a look at your animation. Then I'm going to show you a couple of pictures that Rahul sent me. They're mega, what he's painting. Crazy. More classes to race is good for the hobby, in my opinion, says Steve at Staffs. Yeah, I think so, because it's enticing people who are, like we've just seen in the chats, half the chat, not for me, prototypes, half the chat, loving it. So if you've got prototypes, it's going to appease some people that wouldn't be appeased if you didn't, and vice versa. So I definitely think it is going to cause a bit of a dilemma for manufacturers as to a route to market of what is going to be popular. It's a bit like if there was 4 things, you're going to buy 2 of 4 things. If there's 8 things, you're going to buy 2 of 8 things, which means everyone sells less, but you still buy the same amount. So it becomes a seller's market. So is that good for manufacturers? Yes, because it means that they've got to pull their socks up and make cars that people want or people will buy. It means they actually have to listen to the people who are giving them feedback about what's popular, you see. So market research, think tanks, all that sort of groovy businessy stuff. Or tune into Sunday Slotcast sessions, tune into Marty, tune into Rahul, Pete, and Joe. Rahul, tune into these live sessions because this is where you get your feedback, This is where you find out what your market wants. So a load of people are into prototypes, but not many as I thought would be. That being said, we don't want it to just all have Chargers and Challengers coming through. We don't want to just have Renault 5s and Pumas coming through. We don't just want to have, just specific things. It's really difficult. I'm glad I'm not a manufacturer in this hobby, I tell you, because what do? You can't please everyone. I know you've got to break an egg to make an omelette, so you got to upset someone over at some point. But is it such a dilemma with so many cars to choose from to make, so many people's personal tastes? It's hard. And it's like Marco at Electric Dreams. Great slot car shop in America. If you're in America, you're watching this, you want to get some slot cars in, electricdreams.com is your place to be. And great guy, or just phone them up, just give them a ring, speak to Marco or Mark in there. They're going to sort you out. They've got everything, literally, they've got everything you could possibly want. But whilst having a chat with Marco on the podcast, the track call, he was saying that there was 800 cars or 900 cars released last year alone, all different slot cars from different manufacturers. 800 or 900 cars. 800 or 900 cars. And what do we buy maybe? I mean, modestly, not the avid collector, so not a slot R, not a Rob Sale, but say maybe myself, say maybe, just trying to say, maybe a Steve at SPB. We might have the luxury of a few cars a year. I'm in a different situation. Yes, I know I get sent them for review and stuff, and I'm really grateful of that. And then I share them out. But to purchase with your own hard currency, it's a dilemma because you don't want to make a mistake. If you can make a mistake when buying a slot car, you don't want to make a mistake. And there's so many to choose from. What do you get? But that's good for us, right? That is good for us. What do you make as a manufacturer? And I tell you, there was a couple of months ago, maybe a few months ago now, you had Jules from Pioneer. What a total groundbreaking interview that was. So the Aussie Slot Car Show got the scoop. They got Jules. They dragged his carcass onto the show. Banter, Jules, by the way. Banter, mate. You're not a carcass. You're a person. Why do I even have to say this nowadays, man? Everyone's gone soft. But anyway, they had a good old chat with him, and he was very open about what he looks for to release as a car in terms of popularity to, what to build. So go and watch that. Dilemma. Anyway, we digressed again on track focus. Daz is going to swing for me when he watches this later. What? I haven't C-bombed this show. There's no way I've used the C word on this show, unless you're talking about a different C word. My mum tunes into this show. I definitely wouldn't have used the C bomb. I know I C bomb I use the C word like a comma when I'm off air. Because, I'm English. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't have C-bombed on the show. Oh, I see. Yes, yes. I love it. You really got me worried then, because you know I do occasionally use that other word. So no, Dave, we've got a complaints policy. Go somewhere and write to some people, and it might filter through to my inbox. Yeah, track focus, my man. Okay, right. Okay, we need a bit more work on that animation before I can show it, Albert. Albert's just sent his animation. We need a T and they need an F for track fans. So we'll have a chat afterwards if you're around, and we'll talk about what that is all about, because that looks pretty cool. Anyway, first track to look at on track focus. Let's go, Daz Hall. Right. Okay, I'm gonna just be moving myself around the screen a little bit as we go along here, just because I'm still learning where I'm going to be, where the next track is going to be, and all of that jazz. So bear with me while I get this stuff sorted out. I love this track. Can't remember if I showed this track before. I've got a sneaking suspicion I might have, but the thing that jumped out about it again for me, if I've done it before, I'm not sure I have, is the Humpback Bridge by that. By the post, by the column in the middle of the track, middle of the screen. You've got red comes from the top of the screen, the column, the pillar down. He's actually creatively painted a building on the column. So he's made it look like that column is a building on his track. Firstly, that's genius. Secondly, the Humpback Bridge is double genius. It's a really nice track. Initially, I thought it was a wood routed track, but it's not. It's a normal track. Is that a US mail van? Could be. Could be. That's a nice track. Oh, yeah. That is a nice track. Like the elevation changes. Yes. Yes. So if you move over to the top right hand side, it's not an overly flat track. It's very, very well done, because the shading on the actual track makes it look three-dimensional, but it does have relief, gradient, and texture. I specifically like the way he's coming down a big hill, or going. Is he going up the hill there? I think I can't work it out whether he's going up under the bridge and up the hill, or down the hill and under the bridge. Don't know, but yeah, really good, really good. Like that one. That track is different. Absolutely, Paul. Yeah, think so. It's tricky. It's tricky. There's nothing easier than messing up someone at the club when you reverse the direction. So you've been racing at the club, going clockwise, let's say, for months, and then you turn up one night and they're all going in the opposite direction. Oh, it's like driving left-handed or right-handed if you're left-handed. It's so off-putting. It's incredible. So, okay, right. Next, we've got next track. So I like that one. That's a really nice track. So a little look at slot drag racing. So we only really get to see slot drag racing is if you've got a track near you, you can see it. If you go to a major show, they'll have some drag racing set up. Or here on Track Fans TV, of course. Now, slot drag racing, I've got 2 drag strips to share with you, both in the same video. Just a quick warning, I've rolled the volume back, but just be prepared in case I haven't rolled it back enough. It might come through a little bit louder. I think I've got it about right. So, you know, just after the first time I'd done this and nearly took out people's speakers, just putting in a little caveat now. Happy birthday, Ad. Ad's birthday? Hang on a second. You're officially an old man today at 65 years old and still playing with little cars. Ad, 65 is no age. That is fair play, mate. In the olden days, you've just retired. In the new day, 68. And by the time I get to retirement, there won't be a retirement because I'm not going there. Stop talking, Pete, before you start getting ruthlessly opinionated. But anyway, let's just say there'll be, well done, 65 years old, still got his car. Tell me, so Scalextric was exposed to us or brought to us in 1957. If you was born in 58, you are 68 now. So 60. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know what I'm working out, to be fair. Yeah, Red Kite's office setup. Almost. Well, anyway, we got distracted. Not distracted. We did the right thing because it's birthday boy's birthday today. Well done. We do like a good birthday here. Okay, here we go. Right. First VT. That was spot Mr. D's, and this one is Red Kite. Check that out. Shall we see it again? Definitely. So this one's Mr. D. Hang on a second. Got my face in the way. So this one's Mr. D. Checking out the countdown. Boom! That was easy. The one on the right won that. 100% won that. This is the Brentwood setup, I believe. So then you've got the Red Kite. I've not been to, but that looks like a steady drag strip, doesn't it? Look at that. See, I don't know, right? But I think the car on the left, by a cat's whisker, might have just took him at the last second. That was close. So that's what I'm talking about. A bit of drag racing right there. So now we've done that, we can get rid of that. Okay. Right then, Stan the man. So Stan has got a nice Carrera setup, and I put this in the mix because he has got, hey 66, how you doing, my fella? You've served, you're entitled to have an opinion. Bless you, mate. I do, but to be fair, sometimes it can get divisive. And I mean, to be honest with you, you're right. We had the Datsun 510 at February last year, absolutely bazookaed the hobby in division. So that was a fluffy toy. Yeah, we definitely. It's not the right place for opinions. Not those opinions. We'll do another channel for those opinions. If you want a raw opinion, we'll set up another channel and we'll have them opinions. But this is a place of happiness, of slot cars and Scalextric and all the other people out there, the brands, and getting onto this track that Stan Davis did. I like it because it's got a cantilever. I'm a big fan of cantilevers. I'm a big fan in architecture of cantilevers. I've been working with architects for many years, and a cantilever is engineering versus architecture come together, create a love child of an overhang in layman's terms. So that little elevated piece in the middle of the track there, that cantilever, over the top of the other side of it. I like it because it reminds me a little bit, if I'm going to be honest, of those kind of race events where you see where they go through like they're in a mountain and they go around the tunnel, but the tunnel's on the edge of the mountain, so you kind of see out of the mountain, but you're under the rock face, if you like. And they do them in like cities as well. I can't think of that guy's mega track where he's got the under the kind of not basement parking, but the under the building scene, and it's just the detail in it is just layers and layers of next level goodness. So I'm just laughing at some of the comments. It's brilliant. Yeah. Here you go. Look, this is an inside joke. So a cantilever is a battle between art and gravity, lol. So is, yeah. So is. But Stan's got a great track. Look at the speed you can get on this track down that front long straight. That is, you come sweeping around these bends and boot it down there. Top fun. I'd personally go a stage further. See the wall at the end there where the door is? I'd have that lined up with an old mattress or some foam or something like that. No catch fence is going to be strong enough for my straights down there. Like, BAM! Straight in there. Okay, cool. Right, Stan, thank you very much. Right, Ken Janus. Let's see what you've got, Ken. So I'll just move myself out of the way. There you go. Right, let's roll the VT. Carrera track, nice. Look at those bank corners. The sweep you can get around there, the speed you can come out of there on if you time that right. Incredible action. So Ken has nailed it with his track. He's obviously got the timing system in the centre, which is unusual to not have it at the front where you stand. But check out how many controllers he's got. He's got like 5, 6, and another 6. He's got 12 controllers. Do you think he's got a thing going on? He's definitely got a thing going on for controllers. He's in control, that guy. So we'll rerun that VT because there was something here I wanted to show. Someone was asking me the other day about marshalling and grabbing track, and I was telling them about the litter picker because you can pick up you can get a litter picker which you can lean over your track and grab the car with. So I use noodles, which are fun, but a litter picker would be better. So just as it comes down to the end of the video here, I'm going to pause it and I'm going to show you what that is. That thing there at the bottom of the screen, that long stick looking thing with the yellow grabber bits, that's a litter picker. So if you want one of those things, you have to type in litter picker in Amazon or into Google or somewhere, wherever you do your shopping. It's 2 tracks. Oh, right. Let's take another closer look. You know, no one's leaving here until we've figured this out. I don't know. Are you sure? Where that car is there, does that go under the bridge? I know. You're like, Dave's mind works in a different way. I think that is 2 tracks, man. Well spotted. Okay, 2 for the price of 1. Wow. Mind-blowing, says Albert. 2 for the price of 1, Albert. You are right. And I tell you what, we've got some of this track here, Albert, this Carrera track, and you can set this up outdoors because it's rust-free. Maybe next time you come, we should do that. All right, let's take that down now. We can remove that from there. Brilliant. Okay, and we get weighed into the next track focus. What am I doing here? Aha. Right then, so we've got, if I've got his name right, it's not, yeah, it is Rodders. Rodders La France. Love this track. The lighting on this track is excellent. It's a wood routed track by the look of it, looking at the panels on the side. And it's quite a simple track, you know. So it's not necessarily about the complexity of the track. For some people, it's about the drive. So I would imagine this guy's into oval racing, possibly into American Muscle, into NASCAR, that sort of thing. This is predominantly what you get with this type of track. But what I find is that if you're into scratch building, if you're into tuning cars to drive perfectly, you're likely to do that. You're likely to have one of these types of tracks if you're into that, because a wood routed track will really show you all of your imperfections on your car, whether it's your tires being flat, whether it's your front wheel alignment being level, whatever it may be, the weight ratios right, so many permutations when you're into that rabbit hole. If you got this sort of track, you're possibly into that, because that is where you find out how that car drives on a good wood routed track. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, okay, awesome. Right. So let's go into our next track, and I'll just see where to position myself for this one. Right. I'm going to go over here. How about there? Okay. The next track is from Eric Shui. This is where I need Roger to help me break it down, or Bo. Eric, let's call him Eric. This is an Eric fest today as well, because another track from Eric in a minute. Not this Eric, a different Eric. Right. This is a good track. Lots of detail in the track. Flying saucer at the back there. Windmill. Look at the sea. Look at the sea here. It's got like literally jaws. There's a shark in the sea. We'll point bits out in a minute. So we'll roll it as it is. And apologies for it being a little bit, maybe look slightly out of focus, or I don't know. But it is what it is. Okay, so as we rerun the VT now, look at the back wall, the far side. You've got a church, you've got marquees, you've got a little town. The detail level in this, and when you look at it, you think, oh, okay, that's quite a small track, really. It's a small track in a section of the overall modelling. He's got trains at the front here, he's got trains at the top level on the far end, just behind the volcano and the flying saucer. And a real lot of detail in this. If you go back and watch it again, you'll see. Okay then. Really cool. Right, this is the last bypass for this one. And then just pause it here actually. This is interesting. This whole beach scene. I like the beach scene. It's good. I don't know what the windmill's doing on the beach, but we'll overlook it. It might be Holland. They can get away with anything in Holland. But I really love the job he's done with the resin. This is something I was looking to experiment with on my wood routed track. The resin is interesting, but the way he's got the waves, that's done below the resin, and the resin brings that to life. Really cool. All right, so we'll take that off the screen for the moment. There you go. And then we will get back on point. Brilliant. Mike Montero, Mike, Magic Mike. There you are. It's Magic Mike. Now this is a nice track. This to highlight the power of some well-positioned LED strip or LED lighting. Just gives this track a fantastically modern dimension. So again, he's got cantilevers coming up and over at the far top side of the screen. Yeah. So many routed tracks in Melbourne. Yeah, absolutely. Great detail on the seaside scene. This resin can be difficult to make look realistic. Exactly. Again, another Carrera track. Carrera done well on this show today, haven't they? So Carrera, he's got a lot in here. I think it looks a really nice track to drive. There's not a lot in the way of speed straights, but he's created speed. If you watch from the bottom, right at the bottom of the screen, going around to the left, that flow all the way around to the left, past the TRQ blue billboard on the side of the track, into the cantilever corner, the raised corner, Albert, and then down the slight hill. It looks good. It looks good. It flows nice. It's not the fastest track out there, probably because of space. You can see he's got storage all around it on the shelves, but hey, that's for the shelves. This is for the slot car track. It's really doing well. I like this track. This is the sort of track I think I would like to do. The only thing for me about this track, if I had to be critical, is there's no real space for scenery buildings. You can't put like a three pit garages down there by the pit lane because the other side of the track is so pinched towards it. So you've got to make a choice. Do you want less driving, less track and more scenery, or less buildings and more track? Now I can hear it. I can hear Ian and Doug screaming at the screen right now, going, more buildings, more buildings. What are you talking about, Pete? So yeah, there you go. Anyway, Mike, thank you very much for your share. And we got our final VT, final video track before we see a mega track in a minute. So we'll have a little look at this one. I will just remind myself where to stick myself on the screen. Oh, yeah, this is a big... Well, I'm just going to minimize myself a little bit down here in the corner because there's a lot to see on this next track, okay? Here we go, Eric. Let's bring you to the forefront. I'm just going to pause on this bit here because this is intense, right? This is intense. What? Daz is here. Daz! Yes, mate. You've just got to the penultimate track. This one and one more after this one, my old mucker, of tracks. But I was just talking about this little beauty here. This is a very, very busy section of the track. Very busy indeed. And as you see from the rest of the track, and if you just joined us on Track Focus, you are watching Sunday Slot Car Sessions with me, Pete Brown. If you like what you're seeing, hit the like button. Do subscribe and tell your friends. But yeah, what we got here is a very technical section, and I love the fact that he's built some kind of underground bunker there with the kind of circular Bridgerton. Sorry, Keith, it just slipped out. Bridge. But you got the bridge, but then it goes into a very tight bank corner and down the main straight. But leading into this, you've got a raised section coming down into S's, sort of S's chicane. No, it's S's more than the chicane. And then round a loop under the underpass, round and under the underpass again, and into the bank corners for turbo speed down the end. So we'll just revise ourselves what that looks like. There, look at that straight down there. From the far side of the picture, boots it right down the end there, and then comes into the mini S's, round under the tower and into this sort of bridge area here where you've got the pit lane. Now, what I like was the detail in here. I've only seen this once or twice before, so I don't know if he stuck them down. See where that red car is there in the middle of the screen, and just to the right hand side of it, you've got those like little pit barriers. So that barrier, and then across the road, you got that little white pit barrier again. The sort of almost directional for the race to go straight through the middle of those. Whereas either side, you've got the pit lanes. It's good. And just for the record, right, you got a can of Monster on the top of the bridge. I don't recommend Monster to absolutely anyone. Don't drink Monster, right? Hang on. Just don't drink Monster. I drank a can of Monster about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. It did not turn out well. So I drank it. I was fine. I was buzzing. I was absolutely wired, like everybody else had the worst day ever around me. They're like, you are banned. You are banned from eating Skittles, and you are now banned from drinking Monster. So there you go. I don't recommend it, kids. But let's get back into having a look at this final track. Look at that amazing section. You'll race out through there. I hope everyone is behaving. Yes, they are behaving. Frank hasn't worn off yet, mate. I tell you what, right? Fortunately for most people, I jumped in the car going to Birmingham, and I drank it in the car on the way to Birmingham. So I kind of had already hit the sugar and caffeine high after about 15 minutes. It works quick, that stuff. It works really quickly indeed. And that was it. After that, my clients said, don't ever come here if you've had Monster ever again. And my office just said, don't ever drink Monster again, or we're sacking you. Said, you can't sack me, I'm the boss. They're like that. Call it a mutiny. I said, you will know it as a mutiny, Pete. On paper, it'll be called a management buyout for no money. But there you go. Right, so let's have a look at the penultimate, Dewberry. No, that's why. There you go. So Jared Martin put this out on social media, and I just look, Rich, my mum's partner, husband, Rich, he often says to me, Pete, can you do something to help me scale the tracks that you show me? Because sometimes I can't work out how big the tracks are, because it's a picture of a track in an attic or a garage or wherever. I can't visualize how big the track is, because if you don't have track yourself, you don't know a straight is about 300 mil or 350 mil or 35 centimeters to whoever, or about a foot and a bit to the old school. This is, as Albert says, holy moly, that's absolutely massive. Albert. Right, Albert. in the chat now. That's how you spell absolutely, buddy. But it was a good effort. They are huge tracks. Look at the blue one in particular. Look at the long straight down like next to the wall. Ugh. And then you come flying around that corner straight into an adverse camber sort of humpback bridge. I tell you, that to me is more like a ramp, a jump, than it is a track right now, because that is huge. That is huge. They are absolutely huge. Steve, are you off? Mate. See you later. Right, hit the subscribe button on this guy's channel, please, everyone. Get him up. 100. Let's see if we can get him over 100 by the end of the day, everyone, or by the end of the next couple of days as people filtering in watch this after the run out of really good content. Yeah, track on the right, I'd love to race. Track on the left, I'd love to race. Just massive. I mean, it leads into this whole thing, doesn't it? It's like, firstly, who makes it? Who made that? If you want a track like this, you've got to speak to Think Scalextric, Magnetic Racing. Not sure which one of the two are doing it. They're both the same people, obviously. But if you want a proper massive wood routed track or a bespoke wood routed track for your place or your club, do speak to Magnetic Racing, because they've got CNC capability now, so they can make huge tracks like this, section it up, make it, bring it down, install it, braid it, timing system, power supply on, test it, leave you with a proper track. So if you want something as big and as, you know, massive as this, you've got to speak to those guys. But how big are those tracks? To finish on a track focus, you've got to be grateful of that sort of level of track. That is awesome. Right, see you later, mate. Take it easy, guys. All we're doing, we're running. Yeah, you would end up flying off that blue track, I tell you. Huge. Take it easy, Steve. Take it easy, my man. Same here, Daz. It would end up in Aussie's track. Yeah, that's right. It would be that big a jump. It'd end up in Australia. Nuts. Right, classified then. So if you remember, if you were watching vigilantly last week, what we said was the classifieds, if we highlighted something last week at the top of the show, like a release or a new scenery item or something that's really important to one of our, you know, supporting partners, then we'll drop it down in the classified section the week after. I've got hiccups now, so that it gets embedded. The secret of marketing is consistently being seen. Unless you're consistently being seen, you are easily being forgotten, as I say. I should sell that bit of advice. There's some people around me that could well use that advice. But, you know, that sort of advice is a bit like deodorant, isn't it? You know, the people who need it the most never use it. That's my common sense joke. The people who common sense. Hey, Todd, how you doing, mate? Good day. You're just in time for a bit of wisdom. Common sense is like deodorant. The people who need it the most never use it. Boom, boom. Right, get me out of here. Okay. Got a few of them at work with a loose relationship of hygiene. So, yep, 15% off. It finishes tomorrow, everyone. We've got an Independence Day, 4th of July, Independence Day sale. Obviously resonating more with the Americans because, you know, they're 250 years this year that they've been independent from, altogether, I know it's an inconvenient truth, from the English rule. Who knew? Who knew? So 250 years ago, we boxed it up, we give it back to you, and you've run it perfectly since. A little bit rocky over the last few years, but it's opinions, and it's not one for this show. So there you go. If you want a mega deal from a mega company of Mag Racing, get on there and have a look at that. Now, they're specifically talking about the Targa buildings. As you can see, image courtesy of Roberto Sale. He's done a sterling job on these. There's a couple of other buildings he's done for the series, like the derelict garage. Brilliant. You can really see these taking shape. One of them has been developed a little bit more this week. It's turned into Harry's Bar, but we'll let you find out about that more through Rob's channel, I'm sure, in time. Not appropriate for this time in the morning, but there you go anyway. Oh, that's it. That's what I want. Full screen. See his work then. But he's been putting in a shift on these. Really, really enjoyed watching these being built. Good work, Rob. Oh, matron. Okay. Rally cars. If you want rally cars, SCX are now out at PSR, Pendle Slot Racing. I won't dwell on it too much because we had it last week, but I would definitely probably take the Toyota because it looks mean. It looks a bit Dakar racing. Or I would take the Abarth because I've not got an Abarth, and B, I do love a bit of a Rothmans livery. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Rothmans. I'm a sucker. I like Rothmans. I like Golf. I like JPS. You know, I'm a sucker. I think the Rothmans livery on the P68 NSR, to die for. I think the Golf livery on the Escort that Steve at SPB Slots has just got, if you don't know what that looks like, go to his channel after this and have a look and subscribe while you're there and like the video. Brilliant. And and the JPS. I mean, what's not to like about a classic JPS? Let me show you what I'm talking about. You know, what's not to like about this Scalextric Lotus 79 JPS livery? And we're currently working. I'm just about to turn a Polycar Subaru BRZ into a custom JPS livery on the Wild on Wednesdays members show. So have a think about that if you want to watch that unfold. There's tons going on at the moment all around the hobby. So Daz is saying it's the Abarth for him as well, along with Paul. There was no surprise there, Paul. JPS is a great livery. Cheers, Todd. Thanks, mate. And the Cozzy for Andy. Again, no secret there. He is a bit of a Cozzy RS. We should call him RS Andy. There's a rhyme there somewhere. Talking about similar style car, we've got the, let me get my face out of the way of that one. We've got the Avant Slot right, there you go. Got the Avant Slot releases. They are, I have it on authority, were released last week. If they weren't, blame Steve at Slots, no, at Staffs. No, I'm joking. They will be released this week, but just keep a tune in. Avoid all those rally cars with wings raising the center of gravity and doing nothing aero wise as slot car speeds. So 131 works the best. Hang on a second. So 131 works the best. Okay. I'll dissect that later. And I think out of these, again, I would take the Rothmans livery. Now, I dwelled on these last week. So, oh, hello. The new Ferrari 296 GT3 from Avant Slot is arriving at Anders tomorrow. Get in there. Cosworth for B Money all the way. Well done. Cheers for contributions today as well, B Money. It's been nice to have your company on the show as well. With retailers on Tuesday. So get up to your favorite dealer, whether it's Electric Dreams, whether it's Slot Car Union over in Europe, whether it's Pendle Slot Racing or other slot car providers here. I reckon Weevil Slots might have this bad boy as well. So give thingy Tim down at Weevil Slots a go and see what it's about. Rothmans again for Daz. Yes, mate. Lucky you, Anders. That's right. Well, just remind us where you live again and what time you go to work, and we'll do the rest. Brilliant. But I dwelled on that slide a lot last year. I didn't dwell on this slide a lot last week because I forgot about it. But this week I've not. Now, this is a bit of a game changer. It's a Mitsubishi. Oh, I don't know what model it is. Can someone tell me what this Mitsubishi is? Do you know, and the worst thing about that is I actually drive a Mitsubishi Barbarian truck. Um, you know, if see you, Brads. Take it easy for me, mate. Number 3 Nissan for him. Just before he goes, there you go. Bottom left, number 3. Top man. Thank you very much. So yeah, Albert is saying he likes Toyotas. Well done, Albert. Nice choice. Right, so that is a Mitsubishi. Looks like an Evo. Yeah, I've got a couple for Evo and another Evo. 3 Evos. So let's go with Evo. We'll do that. And then yep, merch store. Right. Okay. So, you know, if someone like Jamal, that's you, Jamal. If you send me a link to this t-shirt, you have got a sale. All right. So send me a link to the direct page on your website where I can buy this t-shirt specifically. I'm going to buy this t-shirt. So I need the link, please, so I can buy this t-shirt. And if anyone else is interested, go and buy this t-shirt as well. This is right up my street. In fact, I might buy 2. One for knocking about in and one for Sunday best. But there's a ton of designs. If you want to see what kind of designs you can get on your merch from slotcarsofatlanta.com, I just noticed there that I am blocking out your full web address. Oh, that's it. There you go. Full web address, slotcarsofatlanta.com. You've got a little vintage car there. I love that. I love that. Go to his YouTube channel, go to his posts and scroll down through the posts because he's very good at posting up his new designs as he gets them through. So I really like this one. I would love to buy this and support your website. So please send me a direct link after the show, or someone send me a link if they find it before him, because that's what I want to do. Then, as you all know, as we get to the slotcarmagazine.co.uk, written bi-monthly by the best boys in the hobby, Rick and Mark. I nearly said Rick and Morty then. This isn't Rick and Morty show at all. This is the Rick and Mark show at Slot Car Magazine. Now they are hosting. Mark runs the Nascot Wood Slot Car Club, which is now in St Albans, which is near Lou. Lou watches the show back because he is a sleeper innerer. And he's got ability now to go slot car racing 25 miles away, which is the same distance from me to Rockingham. So, yeah, well done there, my old fruit. You got yourself a slot car racing show. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, right? This is brilliant. I thought this would be about an hour and 20 minutes, this show. But you guys have carried this on for the usual 2 hours. Really, really good. Can you put the address in the group chat? Which address? Oh, here you go. That one. I think that's the address you want. Yeah, really good designs, those t-shirts. I mean, I go for sort of slogan, or he's on for artwork. He's how we get these artwork going on, I'll never know, but fantastic, mate. Well done. So he's off to the seaside with the grandkids. Don't forget your Easter bonnet. Protect your hair. I so want to see Rob wearing a bonnet. I'm even tempted to get AI on it. all right. So just from the top of the show, again, thank you everyone for watching. You are the best. I've got a day of remodeling today, which is exciting because it's slightly cooler outside. I'm going to go for a dog walk in a minute, get the old circulation going. Then I'm going to go into remodeling mode. I'm going to graft today. We've obviously got photos coming later of Rob wearing an Easter bonnet. Sue, can you make that happen, please, Sue? I'll pay you. I'll pay you. Good money for that. And just stuff going on. So look, whatever you're up to, slot car heads, have a great time. If you're stuck for content, there's been some magnificent content. So you had Nico, slot car dude, from Friday night with Anders doing a show, a live show. It's the moving forward. Now that Harry's novated, Harry's still well around, by the way. So he's not on the heat. He's not gone. He's around. He's just doing a different hobby in addition to staying in tune with the great friends that he's made through this hobby. So Anders and Nico are running that. I'm going to be having that on in the background in a minute whilst I'm grafting. You've got the show, the Saturday morning tunes. I tuned in and out yesterday because I was over at the father-in-law's. So you had Joe. He looked like he was at somewhere doing something at a race event. So that was exciting. So I'm going to watch that as well. And there's loads of stuff to see. There's obviously the usual videos that are coming out left, right, and center. So do make sure you go and subscribe to Rob Sale, get him to 1,000, subscribe to SBB-slots, get Steve to 100, and have a damn good day today. Right, track fans, I will see you all later. Hey, no, you are all over it, mate. Slot. Oh, teaser alert right in the last moment. Next Friday, Slothead Crew Live will be focused on the 2 Ferraris from Avon. Well, you've got 2 avid supporters of slot cars, Nico and Anders. Brilliant. Well done for keeping that going and joining the fun. Always, mate, always. It's a small niche hobby. And, you know, not everyone gets on. That's fine. But what I noted is people get on and do their own thing rather than trying to influence people away from other places. There's a big enough YouTube channel for everyone to have their own corner and people to go around and share what they love to do, where they want to do it, with and when, how and where they want to do it. Anyway, on that note, have a fabulous day, track fans. And on that note, I will see you out. As always, get ready for it. Let's do the war cry at the end. See you later, track fans.